attract sometimes.
In
I
our
think
case.
that we're proof of that, yeah. Because we are a little bit different.
There's some similarities.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously there's so many similarities that we are compatible, I would say, but there's also a lot of things about us that are very different that keep our relationship interesting. Our perspectives are not
right
completely lined
how
up.
we have like different perspectives on like social views, like certain
I mean, I wouldn't say we have different views. I just think the level of extremity that we have in these views and what we see as trespasses against them are not always the same.
That's very true.
I think that whenever you have, you know, super one point of view and then super another point of view, those two things colliding can either be something magnificent or it can be something absolutely terrible. Yeah, because there's a lot of bands that have no business being together that just ended up working out, that you would never think that their styles would be popular or work or whatever. Like, if I pitched the idea of Linkin Park to you back before you ever heard of them, you'd
wouldn't
be like,
have made a lot of sense.
What? You know, but then they, you know, came out with one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion, Hybrid Theory. I wasn't a big fan of everything else, but that one was. Anyway, there are times when it can be an absolute shit show. I mean, clusterfuck shit show. There are times when it can be great to look at from the outside. You don't want to be in the middle of it. Now, we've seen that in many examples around the world here, you know, in our time, you know.
Yeah.
And if you look in the history books, it's happened many times before that. But on the internet, wars can rage and fires can burn. That,
as my fingers have found out.
But even you had no idea about this one. This one is a big one. And I can't wait for you to see this video.
Like you said in the last video, I basically live under a rock when it comes to internet things.
Yeah, internet culture is not your thing.
Any sort of technological advancements. You try to get me to like hook up a printer to a computer and I'm going to catch it on fire somehow.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not a surprise that I don't know about any of these videos at all, or any of your suggestions or
involved, or the situations
it's gonna
involved.
go. But you explain it to me, and some of the people
internet
in the
historian's going to explain it to you, because today it's going to be the Tumblr-4chan Wars, and I'm talking about wars. Now, when I say different ends of the spectrum, there's going to be some craziness going on with this. Just the people involved are insane. Captain Insano shows no mercy in this situation. I'm just going to bring up the video. Right. I've hyped it up enough. It's... Woo! Here we go.
Okay.
You're calling yourself racist! I'm not racist! Racist fucking failed! You are fucking scum. I literally am gonna die.
Triggered. Shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered.
Same.
It began with a Tumblr post, a declaration of war that read, "Join us on July 4th to celebrate our freedom and independence from racists by shutting down 4chan." The post spread, and soon Tumblr's army was preparing for war. First, let's examine these two states.
Right.
Tumblr, they are one of the world's largest online armies. They are over 300 million blogs strong. And 4chan is...
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, look at this guy. You've got a wolf. Very definitely a wolf.
This is...
Both sides are pretty retarded. Soon the 4th of July had arrived. As you can see here on this official map, Tumblr's infantry quickly penetrated 4chan's territory. They published posts all across the B and poll boards. Puppies, selfies, and feminist memes sprung up everywhere.
we're going to win this against the 4chan.
The assault was extremely ineffective.
I don't think that's
After
true.
less than an hour, Tumblr decided to retreat.
Yeah.
But this was by no means the end of the conflict.
No, why would it be?
Tumblr had kicked the hornet's nest. B was roused and ready for a fight. En masse, they headed straight for Tumblr's home base.
There's been 4chan
Why?
attacks.
Porn, gore, and anti-feminist memes were spread across some of the more popular tags.
Basically, they can't go on any tag because every tag is basically filled with gore.
Unprepared Tumblr users were being triggered from every direction.
Starting to get really pissed off with these 4chan idiots.
It's not fun, it's actually pretty serious.
Alright, gather round. It's time for a lesson on what not to do if you get raided.
2 out of 10
Lesson
would
1.
not.
Don't spam the tags with your own selfies. Some Tumblr users thought they could compete with the spamming posts by submitting their own selfies over and over again. They soon found that 4chan seized these selfies,
That's a bad
chopped them into
idea.
hardcore porn, and then spammed them back onto the tags in greater number. Lesson 2. Don't delete System 32. During the raids, someone pretending to be a Tumblr user posted this infographic. A reported 41 computers were bricked. Lesson 3. Don't start a petition. Someone created a petition on change.org to get 4chan shut down and managed to get about 900 signatures. So, in response, 4chan made their own petition. It managed to get about 10 times as many signatures. The only thing you can do, really, is log off and wait for it to be over. Trouble is, it took Tumblr 2 days to figure this out. In the meanwhile, casualties were enormous. 40 plus hours of wasted time, 500 hurt feelings, and literally thousands of triggerings. But before we close the history books on this event, it's time to look at one more thing. A conspiracy.
Beautiful.
It is now widely believed that Pol was behind the original Tumblr post that called for war. The conspiracy goes something like this. Trick Tumblr into provoking B, have the two of them war it out, and sit back and watch the fireworks. Happy 4th of July.
Why wouldn't
Your
they?
parents
Because
be
why
very
wouldn't
ashamed.
they? So,
The thing that I think is the craziest is the amount of time that it takes to find a flag, to shut down a website, to whatever they're trying to do, they succeed very quickly.
2
A
days.
day, 2 days, I think max it was 3 days for something nearly impossible. 3 days?
That's why, how many times have I told you, don't fuck with these people?
I don't even understand.
Every time
these
I talk
people.
about it.
I don't even understand.
You're not meant to, dude. It's like just
Good.
some shit you just
Good.
like don't need to know. You don't need to be involved in it. That's why I said from the outside looking in, it's
funny
entertaining, it's
or-
glorious to see, but as far as like wanting any, nah. I don't want those. It's like
But to have those people on your side would be very beneficial.
I just don't want to be involved in it.
Right.
I just wouldn't want to be involved in it. It makes me a nervous
It's
wreck.
crazy. I mean, for me, for someone who just does not understand the computer
You don't know how
at
to
all.
compute.
I don't know how to internet. I don't know how to computer. Every time I try to buy something online, like, I'm locked out of all of my passwords and everything.
Your cards
I
get
am,
locked. Your
I
debit
am
card gets locked.
incapable of computering.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, man, that's
They're
like
wizards.
It's like witchcraft or something. How do they do it?
There's some kind of method to the madness. I just know that.
Hey,
we get
Nikki,
to
can
watch
you
it
go
and-
print off a page on the computer? That's a high task. Maybe it's going to take me about 3 hours.
When are we just going to come to terms with the fact that we're idiots? We're derelicts from the mountains.
You can do that stuff. You know how to.
I mean, certain things, but like, I think a large part of the reason why we're so out of touch with internet culture and things like that is because even when we did have access to the internet, it was like the worst of the worst, super expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And
so I'm going to tell a really embarrassing story that I usually don't, like, there's not a lot of people. I think you might be the only person that actually knows this story.
And you're just about to spill it.
I'm just gonna fucking spill it. Because it's funny, and I'm very
ahead.
honest
Tell
and
the story.
open, and, like, even if it, damages me a little bit for
I'm
your
nervous
humor.
because I don't know what you're going to talk about.
It's not anything like that. So, this is how much, like, I just didn't understand the internet.
Okay.
My heart is beating very fast. So, in the 8th grade, so I would have been 13 years old. 13 years old. I was sitting in class. We were getting ready to graduate.
8th grade.
8th grade.
It was 1967.
Yes, I'm very old. It would have been like 2006, I want to say. Okay. But I can't math either. So, anyway. And the teacher was like, oh, we need to come up with a song for our graduation song. And we picked one. And she was like, well, now we just need to go get some lyrics. And that way we can, learn the lyrics of the song, get ready, and sing it for graduation. And I know that she's about to say, she's going to pick somebody out because she don't want to get her ass up and go do it. Because you have a specific one computer designated for the entire class, right? Yeah. And I'm like, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. Hey, Nikki, can you go get the lyrics? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this.
Search for the lyrics.
I don't know how to do this. So I go over there and I'm like breaking out in a sweat as I'm doing right now. And I'm just like, does anybody know like a website? And thankfully one of my friends just threw out a website because, she already knew like lyrics.com or something. And it saved my ass. But that's how bad.
Yeah.
Like the first time that I ever Yahoo'd, not Googled, Yahoo'd anything was, does Jonathan from school like me?
Didn't work.
And I didn't get the results that I needed.
One of the things I looked up at school
I don't want to know.
anarchy.com, and I got suspended for that.
You can't do that.
Like 4 years before your story. I was in the 8th grade too, but it was like when I was in the 8th grade. Right. Now I'm even more ancient.
Yeah.
So.
But you have that in your brain to know how to do.
Yeah, I knew how to search for it, but that's Jonathan like one of the first things I ever searched, and it got me suspended.
And then when I got into high school, they had blocks on everything.
Yeah, all the Flash games and stuff.
You couldn't look up anything.
No.
And then, like, even, like, the stuff that would help you for your homework or your project is just, like, not gonna happen. So maybe
it saved you, actually. Maybe you were saved from the 4chan
Is that why
invasion.
I don't know anything? High school blocked me from the internet?
Ignorance is bliss, dude. So, like...
Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad, because I'm one of those people that's, like, I could totally just live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, grow my own stuff.
But guess what?
Go to town once a week like I did as a kid. What?
We're out there now.
Yeah. Hi, internet.
We're out there. Hi, internet. Bye, internet. I think that's going to do it for this video. What do you think?
Yeah. That's all the secrets that I need to tell
you more secrets? Anyway, internet historian throwing it together for us once again. The 4chan Tumblr war. Damn.
Intense.
2 days.
Just don't do it.
It's longer than I thought that they would last, to be honest with you. But they did. And this was epic AF. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. Give us a like.
Comment
Go
something.
subscribe to Internet
Nice.
Historian. He's a living legend. It's awesome stuff. Hilarious stuff. I'm glad you got to check it out. But until next time, I think this is going to do it for us, folks. Y'all take it easy. Made it to the end. That's awesome. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out some more gameplay footage, tons of reactions. Going to make some retro, like, nostalgic videos. Just having fun with this channel and trying to put out content that I hope you all enjoy and that I like to make. So go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.